and it did this last time. Hi everybody, if you're watching the playback of this, I am having some technical difficulties. I'm really trying to connect. I'm in a new location, as you can see. I'm at my grandmother's house. I'm puppy sitting. She's getting ready to leave on an adventure. Little man's in his cage, and I'm just kind of trying to make this work. It's telling me I'm disconnecting. Either way, we're here. Yes, somebody's in here. I'm so excited that it's working. People are coming. Yay, I did it. Okay. Thank you for being patient if you tried to click on the previous one that I did. Hi to everybody. Yay, it's the second one of Witchy Book Club. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good morning where I'm at, but maybe good evening wherever you're at. So if you hear some puppy barks or whining, it's because I am, hi Claire, I am puppy sitting, and I'll probably have to take him out of his little cage in a little bit if he can't settle. But hi Heather, hi everybody coming on in. Witchy Book Club Part 2. I'm so excited, you guys. I am so excited. So many of you have been tagging me in posts, sending me videos or messages of you purchasing the book or reading the book or doing your homework, which was so cool. And my grandma's trying to leave right now, so the puppy's like, what's happening? Please don't leave me. But he'll probably be upset for a second and then he'll calm down. I will probably show you him if you guys want. But how's everybody's day going? Let me know how you are. Do you have the book? Did you read your chapters? Did you do your homework? We're just going to give a couple more minutes for people to come on in. I can see our numbers going up as I speak. So just let me know how you guys are doing. Where are you from? Where are you listening into right now? And do you have the book? Yes, great much. I am loving this. I don't know about how you guys feel. I mean, I'm assuming if you're here, you feel the same, or at least you're interested enough, but this is really, really amazing, and I'm so excited to talk about the third and fourth chapters. Okay, so yeah, I see more people coming in. Hi, Victoria Lynn. Morning. Currently at the dentist. How was your week? Were you at the dentist last week, or is this just like a reoccurring theme for people? Book on Kindle. Started listening last week. Nice. Good morning, Gina. How are you? Hi, Donna. Good morning from Independence. Ooh, hi. Yay. Okay, so we have enough of us here now. I think we will begin. Why don't we start with our homework, right? Okay, so if you weren't here last time, hi, Claire from Massachusetts, and haven't gotten the book yet, but I did order it and it is coming soon. Awesome, Claire. Thanks so much for tuning in, even though you don't have the book. Yeah, so I did think about that last time too. A lot of the people didn't have the book, so I worded our conversations kind of a little bit. Like, I was reading passages from the book and I tried to relate to the readings, but I did still want to make it like a cohesive conversation for everybody, even if you're tuning in. Morning from PA. I missed the last comment. Anyways, let me show you what I did with my homework. Now, I am also like really insecure about this now, because some of the things that you guys were sending me, showing me how you were doing the homework I put forth to you guys last time, I'm like insecure about mine. You guys were doing amazing stuff, like amazing stuff. Really, really wonderful. I know my friend Heather showed me, she literally made an entire floor plan of her house and like put stickers where there's earth elements and just like drew like so many cool things. But my homework was two things last week. The first of which was, oh, there's the Irish Twins mama, have the book and loving it. Yes, Antonio, hi. I haven't read The Green Witch yet, but I just wanted to say hi. Well, hi, Antonio. Thanks for joining us. And just for the people just coming in here, I am at my grandmother's house. New background, new lighting. There's a puppy in the background that I'm sitting. Hopefully he's okay during this. So the first part of the homework was to go around your house and list the elements in your room. And my phone has a hard time focusing, but I will show you kind of what I did here. So here's just one page, right? So this was my reading room, record room, and I made a big box, right? And I put 4 elements, and then I did add spirit in here because my house is really active. I connect with spirit a lot, and I felt like somebody suggested that in our last time, and I thought it was really interesting. So I just went around and listed the things in each element that was in each room, and then kind of how spirit affects me, or where I tend to sense spirit in that room, or maybe objects that I connect with spirit. And I found some really, really interesting things out. And I hope that you guys can kind of let me know in the comments too, if you did it and how you enjoyed it, and maybe some of the, unique things that you discovered without, consciously knowing beforehand. Maybe that the homework enlightened you too. So one of the things for me that I noticed right away was that I have 2 rooms that have no water in it at all that I could find. The only thing in my bedroom was my oils, my essential oils, and so that is definitely water, but I kind of even put that, are you on Instagram? I am on Instagram. It's at Cloud9 Studios, all spelled out. And that's a really good way for you guys to get a hold of me if you want, and to keep an update of when I am doing these live streams, because I typically will announce things like that on my Instagram story. So in my room, the only water that I have that I could find or see is my essential oils, but all of them had like herbs in them, like my blends were out to the open. So I thought that was really interesting that my bedroom was predominantly earth, and that I didn't really have a whole lot of water in there. And I don't know how I feel about that. It was just something that I noticed. The other one is that my living room, there's no water in my living room either. And I was talking to my grandmother about this homework and setting up the live stream and what I had you guys do. And so we kind of just started to assess her house. And we noticed the same thing, that her living room does not have 1 inch of water in it, water element that we could see. I mean, she has accents of blue pillows, so maybe you could consider it with the pops of color. But for the most part, I would consider maybe pillows earth. So just kind of taking a look at the energies in my rooms and throughout my home really put forth in me like the mindset of being really aware of what each room's specific purpose is for me and how I feel in each of those rooms. So let me know what you guys discovered if you did this homework, or even if you didn't do the homework, wherever you're at now, like look around the room and like maybe tell me what you see. Are you predominantly Act Like Cloud Studio? Is that your Insta name? Billy. It's Cloud9 spelled out, N-I-N-E, Studios with an S. Yeah, so after this goes up, it'll be in the link below, or it actually might already be in there. I'm not sure how that works. Somebody help them out and put my name for Instagram if you guys could in the comments. And thank you for asking. I appreciate it. So I don't know, what are you guys, and for the people who are just joining, we're going over the homework that I put forth. Professor Sammy is here, and she is checking to make sure y'all did your homework, and I already know that some of you did, and it was incredible the amount that you guys went above and beyond and sent it to me. I love that you are sending me this stuff. I love that you are tagging me in it, because it gets me excited every week. It lets me know that like this is, worth it for you guys, that you have interest in this. I don't have any water in my bedroom or dining room. Dining room, ooh, okay. My bedroom is predominantly earth because I have way too many crystals. I noticed that as well. And it's funny because before we started reading this book, maybe about a month ago, thank you Irish Twins Mama for doing that at Cloud9 Studios. There it is for you, Billy. I had already kind of started to get this need to do some energy work throughout my house without even kind of connecting it to this book because I didn't have it yet. And I was feeling an overwhelming amount of energy that was too much in my bedroom. I had crystals everywhere because I thought it was looked cool, I enjoyed the homework. Now I know which elements I need to add to each room of the house. Yeah, or, a shell or chalice could be a nice way to represent water in rooms without actually having water. Exactly. And that's a good point. You don't have to actually physically have water, liquid, for it to be water. Definitely. I'm looking at a painting that I did in college. And even though this room has water in it. She's got a coffee pot and a sink, and there's a random water bottle sitting over there, and, you know, stuff like that. This painting that I did, well, I don't know, I could turn it around, but I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. I had a hard time with it. Actually, I think I could just flip the camera. Look, here you go. See this painting over here on the wall? It almost looks as though she's floating in water or falling in water. So that to me, I would definitely represent as a water element. It feels like that to me, so that's where I want to put that. All right, let's put the back on my face. Hey. So anyways, I just thought that it was I really liked my homework assignment. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought, that I really noticed some interesting things, and then we'll go to the second part of the homework, unless you guys want to give me some feedback on what you found. I ended the live stream last week and started looking around the rooms, kind of pre-doing my homework, and I was like, oh my god, everything must be cleaned now. Do you guys feel that way at all? A few days before the homework, I had found 2 huge long conch shells in the shed outside, which ended up, somebody else comment, I can't read the rest of it. Yeah, so I was like looking around, like trying to like assess the elements just before I did the homework and stuff, and then I'm like, the energy and throughout my whole house is just, there's too much crap. I need to clean every inch of everything, and I spring cleaned my whole entire living room and most of the reading record room. And I literally spent hours. I pulled everything down. I threw tons of stuff away. I was using what the book was talking about, I think in like chapter 1, probably 2, about not only are you cleaning, you're doing energy work in your house. You are swiping away, okay, there's the rest of the comment, which ended up being my water, or I wouldn't have had either. Christine, that's really interesting, because conch shells, yeah, anything that you would symbolize with water could be your water element for sure. Thank you guys for this. This is a book club. I love the feedback here. Yes, I need to clean and declutter. A mirror is a water element. I love that. You know, though, also, I kind of, for me, Donna, I kind of feel as though mirrors are spirits as well. So, you know, if you want to put that as an element, I really like it. So anytime there was a mirror, I added that underneath spirit for me, because I'm seeing, okay, my grandma's gone, the dog is quiet, and this house just, I know last week, if you guys tuned in last week, I like lost my vision a little bit, and I was getting like, I was picking up on spirit, and it was like kind of intense. But this house is probably the most active house that I've ever been in. So it's a very, did you hear that, Heather? Yeah. I have no idea what that was, because the fridge is making like a buzzing noise, but it kind of came from like the living room. So it is what it is. You guys keep your eyes open to things around me. I mean, I have this on like sounded like a thump. Yep. There's like light and orbs, and like this house though is probably one of the most grounded houses I've ever been in. Whenever I come here, I feel very safe, very comfortable. So the spirits are very active in this home. And also we do have my grandfather's ashes back in the studio. And if you guys watched my Q&A video with my grandmother, if you have not, please go watch it. But that's whose house I'm at right now. And that room we were in when we filmed that did have my grandfather's ashes in it, and we heard a woman's voice when we were in there. Whenever we start talking spirit or talking metaphysics or anything like that, things happen. Lights. So keep your eyes and ears open for me as we go about this, but I don't doubt that something will happen when we're in this. So to continue, I enjoyed the homework. It really motivated me to want to be proactive about energy work in my home and being conscious of what rooms feel certain things. Last night, I was about to go to bed and I was taking a shower, and you know what? Everything. Bumblebee is water element, as I have to follow him with a mop and bucket. Kate from Mid-Wales. Or Cat. I think he said Cat. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Bumblebee's your dog, right? I think he said it's your dog. you guys, so I spring cleaned my, but I don't even want to call it cleaning anymore. I want to call it energy work, because that makes me want to do it more. Instead of like, oh, I need to clean the kitchen. Be like, I'm going to do energy work in the kitchen now. And some people or my boyfriend might be like, what? But I don't care, because if I say it that way and if I think about it that way, it makes me want to do it. It makes me like, and the intention while I'm cleaning isn't like, oh, I don't want to be doing this. It's like, it's time to do any energy work in my home. I call it creating sacred space. Ooh, I like that too, Gina. That's really good. Either way, I almost want to get rid of the word clean. So from now on, we're gonna be trying to change that. I did energy work all throughout every nook and cranny of my living room. Then I did my record room. A couple days went by, or a week went by almost. And last night, I was about to take a shower, and I was like, everything must be done in energy work. That was hard to switch that. And I did. I was on my hands and knees, and I completely changed the energy of my bathroom. I wiped everything down. I scrubbed my tub and my toilet, and I dusted everything, and I decluttered. I threw all my extra goo away. I'm a goo hoarder, you guys. All my extra shampoos I'm never going to use, or products, or empty canisters. I felt so much better. So, the second part of the homework. The second part of the homework was I invited you guys to find 5 things in your day-to-day life that you encounter that's living. So typically I was kind of like pointing you more towards like plants and animals. And I was kind of hoping that it would be like the normal stuff, not anything like super, but however you wanted to do it is fine. And so I just want to show you what I did and get your guys' feedback on if you did this and what you found. So I just listed 5 things. And my 5 things were my spider plant, my bamboo, I have a bamboo plant, centipedes, which I already saw this morning, again, as I was getting ready. In the bathroom, I just completely did energy work in last night, which was like, what? What am I forgetting? What am I missing? What am I, So anyways, then I had squirrel and deer. And those were things that I see and I encounter probably almost every day. The deer maybe, every couple days. But the fun things that I liked with this is I liked looking up the properties of them. So I looked into things about the spider plant. Like, I know I need to water it around every 2 weeks or so. I know. So all that stuff is fine. But what I found is that spider plants are NASA's like #1 voted plant for removing chemicals for the air. So having that in my knowledge now, if I feel as though a room in my home is getting stagnant or maybe has like negativity or like I need to clear, I'm just going to move my spider plant to that room for a little bit and let it do its thing naturally, because I have that mindset and that intention now behind that plant, how I can use it as a tool. So I also found that, let's see, what's another thing? What did you guys find? Did you do this? Did you not? What are some of the things that you listed? Let me know. So the centipedes thing was kind of interesting. So instead of looking up like, centipedes, like what are they there for, or not what are they there for, because that's kind of what I looked up, like what are their animal characteristics. I found a website that was talking about when you see centipedes in your dreams. So I shut up. Hello? It sounded like something just like was thrown. Okay. Did you hear that too? That time it came. You guys. It was so loud. Like, it was louder than the last time. Like, am I hot? We heard that one. Okay. Anyways, okay. I'm so freaked out. Okay. Centipedes, right? I was on this website talking about dreams when you see centipedes in your dreams. So I was like, why could it be any different in your dreams when you see it in real life? What's the difference, right? So some of the things that it said was letting your fears get the best of you. I was like, okay. Or shut out of important decisions. Or you feel shut out when witches gather, strange things happen. I love that, Gina. I love that. Yeah. Or yeah. Yeah, basically. Or like anytime I'm in this house in general, strange things happen. So, and I'm definitely, every time I'm talking and I get very charged up, I get very excited, I get very passionate, and we're talking about very high vibration things here, so it doesn't shock me that it's happening, but it startles me when I don't expect it, you know? And that was so loud, like that was so loud. It sounded as if there was like maybe like a tennis ball that somebody like bounced on the floor and like hit the wall or something in the hallway in the living room. Now I will tell you that someone is downstairs, but they're like sleeping. So and it definitely came from like right in that room. All right, anyways, so I just thought that was pretty, it said get rid of negative thoughts. Others, you feel like you're being shut out of things, or that people are shutting you out, or that you're shutting people out. You don't care, people don't care about you. Things like this, which I couldn't see instantly why they connected with a centipede with these thoughts. But what I did like was that it said get rid of negative thoughts, because you guys, I don't have many fears. I don't have many things that like disturb me. There's not many insects that I literally am terrified of. I'd say centipedes are the one that probably gross me out the most. And I'm still not scared of them, but like I see them and I'm like, yuck. So I keep seeing them, and you know, we're learning our new house, but they're huge. They're literally like this big and like this wide. They're huge. And when you see them, it's like, you know what I mean? No. And I was just really startled after doing that homework and then doing all that energy work in my bathroom, and then this morning trying to get ready, and one came out from the floor. And so I'm thinking like, what kind of negative thoughts am I having right now that I need to let go of? And using the things that you interact with on your day-to-day life to use as a tool. Like I said, this is just I have a peace lily and a dracania. I'm not sure what, I think is that bamboo? Both plants purify the air. Somebody else say hi or something so I can, oh, there we go. The dracania helps with humidity control, and peace lily filters. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Thought that was pretty nifty. Yeah, I mean, the things that our plants are doing for us without us even being able to see or know is exactly why I wanted to do assignments like this. It's exactly why I think it's important to take time to be aware of what you put that plant in your home. It's there by choice. So what are you using it for? Why do you have it there? Is it pretty? Does it make you feel good? But it's also doing things for you energetically, you know. And another thing to think about is the electronics that you have that are constantly plugged in. It was about maybe 6 or 7 months ago when I started hearing all of the buzzing of my electronics. And I don't know what caused this, whether I really don't understand, because it's always been there. It's always been doing it. But I have to literally like unplug most of my things when I'm not using them, because I will hear the frequency and the pitch, this like high pitched, my toaster, my battery that charges my battery for my camera, my diffuser, all of that. I'm hearing it, and I don't know what changed or why. But if you sit in a room and you look around and you think, how many things are plugged in this room, and how many of them are plugged in all the time? That is affecting you, even if you're not consciously aware of it. So All right, you guys, I think that we're going to start and continue on and start getting and diving into chapters 3 and 4. I hope that you guys enjoyed doing the homework for last week. I really did, and that's what I thought about it. My husband and I noticed a change in our bedroom once we added the plants. Gave us more of a zen vibe. Awesome, Heather. I love that. And I kind of agree. Not Gaves, Gave. I got you. It's good. I can read the typos. I have tons of typos, so I got you. I speak fluent. See? I speak fluent typos. All right, guys. So what did you think about chapters 3 and 4 if you read them? If you're just here to hang out and listen to the chat, awesome. I am so glad that you are here with us. There was a ton of things in chapters 3 and 4 that were, how did I word it in my little journal here? Let me open up my journal. There was a ton of, like, what did I say? I put it down here, like rituals or like suggestions on like meditations, and there was a lot of like, you can do this. So there was a really great suggestions on how to, can I just say I'm loving this book so far. Such an enjoyable read. Makes me feel warm and cozy while reading. Gina, I agree. It's super easy to get through too. I mean, maybe it's just me. I do read a lot, but I kind of feel like you guys might be on board with me. Like when I assigned the first 2 chapters, I waited till the night before to read them, and I looked at it and I was like, oh no, I hope I can get through all of this. This is like 50 pages. And I read it super quick because the book is kind of small, but also it's like not like real deep. You could just kind of fly through it. And I did the same thing again last night when I was like, okay, it's time to read the chapters. And I was like looking at how much I had to read. I was like, I hope I can get through all of this. But it was easy breezy and I enjoyed it the whole way through. So it made it easy. I am glad that you're enjoying it. Now, before we dive in here, I want to let you guys know that I want to continue this if you guys want to continue this after we're done with this book. We have probably 2 more weeks of this and we'll be done with this book, maybe 3. So if you guys have recommendations for the next book that we're going to do, please Instagram DM me and let me know your suggestions. Because what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take 4 books and narrow it down, and then I will let you guys vote on it because I want you guys to have an opinion on, you know, I want you to be able to be proactive on choosing the selection and me not just telling you what to read. Because this one was kind of nice because there was so many people that already had it from the subscription box. So I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long. If there's a book you're interested in suggesting for the next one, please DM me on Instagram. We will narrow it down to 4, and then I will let you guys vote or pick on which one we're going to be reading. So, yay! I would like to continue this if you guys want to. So, all right. So the chapter 3 was all about the header, or the chapter title was called Attune Yourself to Nature. Ooh, I love that idea. Yeah, let's continue after this book. I always wanted to be in a book club. Me too, Gina. And guess what? My grandma's in a book club. She's been in a book club since I was a baby, and she won't let me join because she thinks that I'm like necking it, you know. I don't know. But I told her I'm starting my own freaking book club. Yeah, she thinks that's funny. So chapter 3 was more about kind of like the same things that chapters 1 and 2 was going over, with, kind of suggesting you to take a look at nature, be more in tune, ask questions like about your environment, about where you're living, how is the moon, what cycle is the moon in? We just had a new moon yesterday. I don't know if we're still in a new moon. I think we're probably out of it now. We're moving out of it. But what is that? How is that affecting you? And it was talking a lot in the beginning here about like interactive exercises, about like picking up a stone and like, what does this feel like? What does this sound like? Being proactive in looking at your environment. So this was kind of, a couple people were noticing that this consistently suggests, come on, focus phone, consistently suggests to like add things to your witchy, like Green Witch journal. And some people have gone out and purchased a journal specifically for this, which I think is really cool. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just have like a journal that I use to like, you know, write whatever in, and I scribble on it. And then I also have my, you know, my bullet journal, which I try to keep a little bit more neat and clean. But if you want to make like a separate Green Witch journal, do what you want. Super cool. So let's see. This is something that I tagged, and I'm on page 63. Let's see. And I'm just going to read this here and try to remember what, oh, I put that they had a lot of exercises. That's the word that I was trying to do, like exercises and rituals and meditations. And throughout these 2 chapters, they have a lot of like, you could do this, which I think is very helpful for people who are like, this is interesting content, but now what do I do? It's a very proactive book, especially in these 2 chapters. But this I'm reading is the last paragraph on page 63. Your observations of the energy of the plant are valid because they're yours. And it was talking about this exercise to do with a plant, touching it, you know, sensing it, stuff like that. Everyone interacts differently with the energy of a plant. If lavender energizes you, then that is one of lavender's energy benefits in your practice. Even though many books will tell you that lavender generally projects feelings of peace and tranquility. Acquiring first-hand knowledge is important for a Green Witch as it shapes and refines your practice, personalizing it in a way that makes it truly unique. And I liked this because it brings up something that I feel very strongly about. And it kind of played into what you guys were talking to last week when I was suggesting the homework. And a lot of you were like, well, do you think incense is air or earth? Or do you think crystals are spirit or earth? And I was like, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. Because no matter what, it's your mindset, your intention that you're putting into this, or that you view it as, and that's the energy that's going to affect you. And I think it's really important what they said specifically about lavender, because sometimes I use lavender to calm me, I put it on my lower back when I have really bad back pains during my menstrual cycle, or when I'm anxious and I have anxiety, I put it on my chest, and it soothes me, it calms me, it relaxes me. But sometimes I use lavender as a mood booster. So if I'm like feeling like kind of depressed or down, I could use something citrusy and uplifting, but I like to use lavender. I prefer the smell of lavender, so that's what I use it for. And it just goes to show, like, how do you feel when you're reacting to certain things? Just because you're told consistently that this one crystal, like rose quartz, is supposed to be love and nurturing and, you know, like heart chakra based, but you hold it and you feel safe and grounded, then that's true for you. Then that can work for you. You can use it in that way. And I just thought that that was an interesting thing to bring up that isn't really talked about a lot. It's more so like, this is what this rock or crystal's properties are, and then everyone's like, okay, that's what that is, it has to be that. Why don't you take that as a suggestion for its energies and properties, and then work with it and learn what it is for you, how it affects you and how it works best for you. Do you guys ever have any instances where you feel like you understand that? Like, you know, maybe some animal, you know, is supposed to be one way, but you kind of, maybe there's an animal that's like feared. I just had a reading the other day that I did for a client that was an animal spirit reading, and the snake came up. And it's just so funny because I was thinking about, I'm not going to go into the reading, that's private, but more so I was thinking about just the energy of the snake and how so many people fear snakes, or snakes are often represented in culture or in media as like evil or like negative, or, you know, something to be feared. If you think about like Snakes on a Plane or Indiana Jones, his one fear was snakes, or Slytherin from Harry Potter, or Medusa, or, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Try and think of something that you can, you know, think of where snakes are not represented as evil or bad or different. And it's hard. And so when I was thinking about it that way, it's like, wow, that's my preconceived energy towards snakes. But I love snakes. I find snakes fascinating. I think that they are like little aliens on this planet. They are so weird and unique and cool and different. I've always dreamt about wolves and have always been scared of them. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on, someone's coming up from upstairs. I am live, just so you know. Hello. I am live, just so you know. Hi. So I think that wolves, then, if they're showing up in your dreams, are very interesting to look into. I wonder if you've kind of looked up some of their properties and stuff like that. But to me, snakes are cool. I think that snakes are interesting. So just because media and just because outside influences are kind of reinforcing that snakes are mean or I should be scared of them doesn't mean that that has to be true for me. Does anybody, you guys on the same page as me? You guys understand what I'm saying? Let me know what's going on. Anybody? Okay, there we go. Snakes startle me, not scare. Fast movements in my peripheral vision. You mean like when you see them like in like anything in your peripheral vision, it scares you? I mean, I'm not saying you have to not be scared of snakes. I guess I would just like, yes, I have a chunk of amethyst that somehow became a pain management item for me. I hold it only when I have a migraine or cramps. Somebody else say something so I can read the rest of that. Yeah, interesting, because I think the same about amethyst as I do lavender. Those two go hand in hand for me. And it helps tremendously. Not sure if that is what amethyst is for. Gina, again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's for whatever you feel you use it for. That's what I feel that rings true for me. That's like a crow or raven. People think because they're black or evil or whatever, I happen to love them and they're so pretty. Yes, ravens are one of my like absolute favorite animals. I think that they're extremely smart and really, really cool. Snakes are feminine. Yes. Viper is my power animal. He represents transformation due to the shedding and healing. Definitely not afraid of him. Nice. And then, yes, anything fast-moving snake skin is fascinating. Yeah, and you know, and then in like tarot and stuff, we have a lot of like our deck cards and stuff have snakes on them because they shed their skin. It's a good symbolic like artwork to have for representing that energy. Snake medicine is one of the rarest because most people are scared of snakes. Hi, Deborah. Good point. Yeah. So basically, just keep that in mind, you know, and I thought that part of the book was interesting because it really made me start thinking about, you know what, you're right. When they said lavender specifically, because I feel that way, and like she said, amethyst, I think that like I said, those two things go hand in hand for me. So I use amethyst like I would lavender. So, hold on, it's not focusing. So I just thought I wanted to get your guys' opinions on that, and if there was anything that you had that you were told, or just think about that now moving forward. Homework number 1. So I'm going to give you guys 2 things of homework too, and I'm just coming up with this one because I feel like it'll be nice and easy. So homework number 1 is to, within the next week, find at least 2 things that you feel differently or use differently than what you're being told or being influenced as. It could be anything, okay? It could be your bicycle. Maybe you think you're supposed to be exercising on your bicycle, but instead you use it to just go get your mail and then come back because you have a really long driveway. That was really obscure, but you guys know what I'm saying. We've talked about it. You understand. Is there an animal that people fear that you, or that it doesn't have to be fear either, fear-based, but think about the way in which your energy, your intention, your mindset around something, physical object, animal, whatever, you proactively use it differently. And why and how does it make you feel? Just do a short little couple like maybe a paragraph. You could do a couple pages of a journal entry, but find 2 things within the next week. Like you said, the amethyst, maybe try and find 2 other things just because you already came up with that one. And then just be proactive in thinking about why do you feel differently about that particular thing, and why are you choosing to, and if you don't know, that's fine. What's going on with my hair? Okay. So anyways, I thought that was interesting and a good point to bring up. Just because somebody says lavender's calming and soothing and relaxing doesn't mean that you have to only use it for that, or that it has to take on that property, because if it charges you up and makes you feel, yes, queen, then use it for that, right? Okay, let me take a sip of my coffee. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is chapters 6 and 7, mostly about the senses. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is, we're skipping quite a bit. Oh wait, no we're not. We're on page, where are we? Give me a second, you guys. I'm trying to find where we're at here. Okay, so there's a lot of like great tools to ground yourself. If you guys aren't familiar with that, you don't know how to work with the elements. Then we get back into the elements, talking about earth is grounding, air is communication, fire passion, water emotion. And then they give really great suggestions on how to like be proactive in sensing each of the elements, kind of thing. And I'm gonna skip all of that. And then we're on page 68. And let me just remember what... Okay, so we're the second paragraph down on page 68. And it is, invoking an element is a conscious act that draws that element's energy to you in your environment. It's okay. Shh, 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 shh. He's going. He's in and out. Now the puppy is... the person came upstairs and left, so he's like real upset. I know, Chauncey. I know, honey. I'll let you out in a little bit, okay? Settle down. Shh. So let me start this paragraph again, guys. Are you still with me? Hey, guys. Hey, I'm trying my best. New environment, new place, watching the puppy. People are walking, moving around. Spirits throwing stuff in the living room, but it's fine. Okay, let me start this paragraph again. Again, page 68. Second paragraph down. Oh no, very bad connection. Okay, I'm back. You guys there? Somebody let me know that I'm there, because it just told me I had bad connection, so I want to make sure it didn't pause me. Somebody please let me know. Say you're good, or you're frozen, or something. Please, anybody, let me know. I'm losing people. No. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. I'm like seeing people drop out. I'm like, am I frozen? Okay. Invoking an element is a conscious act that draws that element's energy to you. Thanks, guys. Thanks. In your environment. Invoking an element can be done if you want that element's particular aid or energy to blend with the work you are doing. For example, if you are creating a garden sachet for fertility in your vegetable garden, then you may invoke that element of earth to be present while you construct the sachet and weave the elemental energy into the energy of the sachet to help support and reinforce it. First of all, I'm getting notification. Imogen Walters added you to her story. Oh, Imogen. I don't know what she said. I hope it's good things. I'm sure it is. I adore her. Come on back. Come on back, Gemini. My mom used to call me her little cashmere sweater because I get snagged on everything. Like, ooh, what's that over there? Ooh, butterfly. Squirrel. The coffee doesn't help, but whatever. Thug life. First of all, I read this and I was like, creating a garden sachet for fertility in your vegetable garden? Hell yeah. That is such a good idea. I love plants. I love having a garden and gardening and taking care of, I love landscaping and weeding, and I just love being in the garden and outside. And we have a new house, So I'm like very eager to like go out and do all of these things, and it's still very cold here, so and rainy and icy and it's maybe snow. So it's a little too early for me to do that, and I'm kind of dying to do something, but I kind of have to wait like a year to assess like what my yard is already have that's gonna come up that I don't know, because we have this little garden area that's disconnected out from the side of like our side door, and it's like built in with brick and it's elevated so like bunnies can't get in it. And I was like, this is perfect. I'm gonna put a trellis up, I'm gonna plant some sugar snap peas, and then maybe, you know, a few little things, and just give it a go and see how like the sun is and all this stuff. And it's okay, honey, it's okay, it's okay. And then the other day I'm looking, we have like 9 tulip plants coming up, like tons of them with bulbs. I was like, well, I guess I can't use that, but I need to get in there and weed and do all these things. But I'm getting a little off topic. But anyways, so I love to garden and I love to do stuff, and I haven't had a home in a very long time in which I have been able to do that. So I'm very excited. But the fact that like making a sachet in your garden around the intention of fertility, that to me is so cool. I don't know about what you guys think. Did you already hear that and know that? Is like, oh yeah, for sure. I have sachets of fertility for my plants and all of my little pots. I thought that that was really, really cool. But also the topic around invoking the 4 elements. So we kind of dabbled in this with our homework from last week, with going around each room and assessing which rooms have more elements than others. And I think it was Heather and a couple of you had said, you know, I added this to this room and it feels a lot better. And that's the act of invoking the elements in a physical way. But you can also invoke the elements, like they said, just visualize and how does it say? For example, you may then invoke the element of earth to be present while you construct the sachet and weave the elemental energy into the energy of the sachet to help reinforce it. So just even having the mindset about sitting there and doing the energy work and the spell work to be like, this is going to take on the energy of water, because it's going to always keep my plants nurtured and, you know, what am I trying to say? You guys know what I'm trying to say. Having that and being able to just, you don't have to actually bring something physically into a space. You can, just your mindset is powerful enough. And sometimes if you bring something in your space that's physical, it might not work because you're not actually putting the mindset and the energy and spell work around what do you have it there for? Is it just because you're like, well, this is earth, so I'm bringing it in? It's about using that as a tool, you know? I know, honey. We're almost done. We're good. Well, you're all right. So anyways, I wonder if they left. Yeah, they did. Okay. So next thing I want to bring up, I'm very excited to talk about, you guys, because this has been on my mind for the last like week and a half. I'm trying to cover up this plug here. Anyways, who's still with me? Who do I got here? Let me know what's going on. Are you guys interested? Puppy's very upset. It's okay. It's all right, sweetie. It's okay. He's getting antsy, you guys. I might have to let him out and let him bite at my shoes while we finish this. Should I let the puppy out and let him run around? Dog probs. I think I'm going to do that. And then we're going to talk about our senses and a blind YouTuber. Okay? I am going to, let me see, I think my comments, yeah, Crystal Mama says go get the puppy. You guys gonna chill for a second? I'm gonna let him out of his cage. No plugs on YouTube. Thanks. No plugs on YouTube. What? Yeah, show him on camera. Yes. My puppy is running around like crazy. All right, honey. I know you've been in there already for like 45 minutes. Oh, stretch your body. Come here. Oh, yeah. You say hi to everybody? You gonna say hi to everybody, huh? Yeah, you guys, isn't he so cute? He's trying to eat my hair. He is such a puppy. All he wants to do is run around and bite things and hump things and like he's a lover when he's very calm. Oh my god, I know, he's so cute. His name is Chauncey. Off after the basketball player Chauncey Billups. Are you puppy sitting? Crystal Mama, I am puppy sitting. That's why I'm in this new location that you see in the background. It's my grandma's house, and she's had this puppy for almost a month now, but she hasn't really gotten to get out of the house, and she had an opportunity to go see the new arena where the Pistons play, which is the Michigan basketball team she's obsessed with. Chauncey Billups is who she named this dog after. So she's very excited, and I'm here to, will he stay intact or snip snip? I do not know what her plans are for that, but I mean, it might, I don't know. I think she's gonna get him fixed. I hope that you guys don't have like extreme comments either way on it, but little boy, look, see, he's really sweet right now, but he's always sweet, but he's definitely you guys, he's like maybe 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old, I think. He's so little. He's so fluffy. I'm so distracted now. Okay, so I'm not even going to open up the book because I'm holding him and he's being super sweet. But what I want to bring up is we're having baby bumble. We're having baby bumbles. What? Is your dog Bumblebee pregnant or something? Or what? Just thinking we stopped the humping after the fixing. Yeah, I think he'll get... Sorry. So cute. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is taking a turn. How can I be? I remember your trip to get him. He is adorable. My service dog is 2 years old. He is training to be my mobility dog. Cool, Crystal. What kind of dog is he? Oh my god. Can you go sleep in my arms? Okay, so there we go, you guys. Okay. So, now he's practicing to be a father. That's sweet. Okay, so golden retriever. I love golden retrievers. I love golden retrievers. They have the best energy about them. They're so docile and loving and sweet. I love them. Their puppies are hard to be around. I want to talk about this blind YouTuber. Yay! He loves everyone and makes me a better person. Oh, that's sweet. No biting, no biting, no biting. There we go, there we go. So the chapter talks a ton about, it gets into our senses, and I think it's really, really cool. It gives you exercises to do with each sense. So I think one of them is like, you know, sound was like go out in public or sit in your home and, you know, close your eyes and just take in the sounds. What do you hear, you know, and then journal about it. So they had a lot of exercises for each of the senses. And then they even talked about spirit in there as well. Oh, I know, are you so upset I'm not playing with you right now? So... Sweet, I know. So, okay, I'm gonna put you down, okay? You go play around. Go on and play. Good boy. Okay. Oh, God. I'm doing the best I can here, guys. So, anyways, I have been obsessed with this YouTuber. I have to put the journaling on hold until it gets warmer out, but really want to do them outside. Yes. So do you mean the exercises that are in here? You are doing great. Thank you, Crystal. I'm having a hard time right now. And he's drinking. Okay, so the vision one for me, I'm just gonna read the top part of the vision on page 70. Because when I read this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is giving me an opportunity to talk about this YouTuber I have been obsessed with. So it says most people are primarily visual. In social situations of every kind, we take our cues from other people. Observing their clothes, their body language, and their physical appearance, we get clues how to behave appropriately. Seeing different colors also stimulates us in different ways. And then it gives you your exercise for vision. And I want to bring up two different things, but the first of which is this YouTuber. So if I get really off topic, remind me there's a second thing that I wanted to talk about. So the first thing is the YouTuber. Her name is Molly Burke. B-U-R-K-E. Molly. So, what the hell? Oh, that's him. Okay. Did he close a... Okay. Sorry. I am a really big fan of Shane Dawson, who is like a huge YouTuber. If you guys watch anything other than like spiritual, metaphysical, witchy stuff on YouTube, he's got millions and millions and millions, I think like 11 million or something stupid followers, and he's done a lot of extreme stupid stuff, but like he's getting this like really great role and just back into the YouTube community, and I just love him. I think he's hilarious. But he recently did a series with this other YouTuber, which is how I found her, Molly Burke. She's blind and she's a YouTuber, and she's into fashion and makeup and a lot of visual things. She's always talking about color. She's always talking about like what things look like, and it has fascinated me. I have been obsessed with watching her videos because to me, I am so visual. I don't know about you guys, but and I think the book is correct in saying most of us are visual, because it's what we can't help it. It's the sense that we are immediately using without having to, unless we're closing our eyes. That's the first thing that we're using as our sight. And for me, I am extremely visual, but when I'm watching her videos, right? So she did this vlog when she was by herself. Her mom went out of town. She has a guide dog. And she did this vlog by herself, and watching her and thinking about, oh my gosh, all of these little things, my back of my right side of my skull is tingling. All of these things are so just easy for me to do, and I don't even think about them, like putting away the dishes, taking the garbage out, finding what I want to eat in the fridge, right? So I'm watching her, and she did this vlog by herself. First of all, she doesn't even know if the camera's focused on her because she can't really see what is happening. So she's just holding it, and she's like, hey, I hope you guys can see me. I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go check out this channel. It's Molly Burke. Hi, for the people who are just joining us, we're talking about our senses. Right now we're talking about sight, particularly, and a YouTuber who's blind that vlogs, but she's blind. And what fascinates me is that even though she's blind and has been blind for like 12 years, hi Angelica, how are you? She is obsessed with visual things still, and she could see partially up until maybe the age of 14, but your brain does not retain visual memory. So there's been 10 or 12 years since then that has gone by. She does not remember what colors look like. She does not remember what her family looks like because you do not retain visual memory. My gosh, this is fascinating to me. I don't know about you guys, but so I'm watching her. Her mom goes out of town or goes out for the night. She's by herself. She's like, okay, I'm going to make some dinner. And she goes into the fridge. She pulls out something. And then, she's like, I really wanted to find this thing, but I found this container and I smelt it. And I think it's hummus. So maybe I'll have hummus because I can't find what it is that I'm looking for because she can't see the fridge. So just the simple act of like being able to open the refrigerator and go in there and get what I want without having to stick my finger in it and taste it or smell it, like watching this channel, watching this girl and listening to her and what she has to do fascinates me. And like I said, she's very into fashion. So even though she doesn't know what the color pink looks like, she knows what that color feels like to her or what that color represents to her. So she'll be like, time for an outfit of the day. And she's like, I have a sun hat on and it's bright pink because she was told it's bright pink. So she's like, okay, bright pink. That's what I want to wear today. Even though she has no idea what that color is like. Then I'm going down to, you know, I'm wearing a white pullover with a little monogram that says my name on it. And then I'm going down to my skirt, which is like a lighter pink, right? Right? It's lighter pink, right? Someone's off camera going, yep, it's lighter pink. You know, so the fact that she like has this want and need to have visual representation in her life and to present herself a certain way, even though sight is not her, she does not have sight. I'm sorry, I know I'm going really off, but I think this is so interesting. And, or even someone who's deaf, you know, and maybe you guys have some sort of visual impairment, or you know somebody closely related, and come here, pups, come here. What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Are you antsy? Are you wanting to play? So I would love for you guys to check out Molly Burke and just watch her. She's like, all right, I'm going to go take out the garbage now. I don't know where it is. My mom showed me it once, so here we go. And just this simple act of her taking her garbage to the garbage chute in her apartment, I totally took for granted. So for me, with these exercises, and especially for sight, I already kind of started to do some of this. And I know this, I don't want anyone to take this like in a weird way, but I was so fascinated on what it would be like to not have sight that I was proactive in trying to do some of the simple things that I do every day with my eyes closed. And the urge to open my eyes is insane. It is insane. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put away my dishes. I know where everything needs to go. I loaded the dishes, you know, last night, so I kind of know what dishes are in there and I know what my dishes feel like. Let me try and put my dishes away blind to see what that feels like, to know what that's like. And it is almost impossible because I'm not used to it. And just doing that in those few minutes and trying for a little bit was like extremely hard and really put things in perspective for me and made me think about things in a different way. So I'm not urging you guys to go out and try and like do something blind or, you know, whatever, but it was interesting that I have been so focused and, you know, my mindset has been around the senses, in particular sight, and then this book is bringing things up and asking us to like close our eyes and do things while I'm like, wow, I just did that. Can't wait to tell them about Molly Burke and how amazing she is. So, end rant. A speaker body language expert named Amy Cuddy has fascinating topics on instinctual movements like chin up, arms raised in victory. Ooh, I would love to like look up stuff about that too. Sorry, off topic. Quick question. What time is it for you, Sam? Angelica, it is 10 o'clock here. 10 o'clock. So we've been live streaming for an hour and 2 minutes. And we'll probably go for maybe about a half hour more. What's wrong, Angelica? What time is it there? Is it like really late? Where are you at? 9 in the morning or at night? Where are you? Are you like in Australia or something? Or so anyways, 9 a.m. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining in. That's kind of early. I know we started this at 9, so it would have been 8 for you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, guys. In Chicago area. Oh, you're not too far away. Yeah. Nice. So anyways, the second thing, I remembered. I used Dr. Cuddy's work in affirmations, bathroom mirror poses. Oh, okay. Yep, I can see that. I love anything to do with that. So is this person, like, have YouTube videos I could look up, or a book, or what kind of resources do they have that I can explore? Let me know. Anyways, so the second thing that I wanted to bring up is with vision, I guess. TED Talks. Okay, cool. I'll look it up for sure. Thank you for suggesting it. And how do you pronounce your name? Because I think I've asked you this before in a previous night. How do you pronounce that? Is that your actual name, or is that just a screen name for you? And if so, how do I pronounce it? Just so I know. Because you're here consistently, and I feel like I avoid saying your name because I don't know how to pronounce that. Hi, puppy. I know it's hard. It's hard because no one's paying attention to you. And you just got so much energy. You'll come back up here? Come here. Come here. Come here, pups. I know, he's very playful. Groon or green owl or Didi. Okay, I'm gonna call, can I call you green owl? I think that's cool. Quit biting my hair, you little shit. Look at how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, you are such a little cutie. So, the second thing that I wanted to talk about with sight or the senses in general, I'm kind of talking a lot about sight just because it's been on my mind more lately, is something called synesthesia. No, I'm sorry. I'll put you down. You want to play. Synesthesia. Have you guys heard of synesthesia? I made a video when I found out that this was like an actual thing, and I was very passionate and excited, and I was like, I'm making a video right now about this. And I'd love to go back and kind of redo that, but if you guys want to look it up, it is on my channel titled Synesthesia. Now, this is something that people could have, or, you know, slight variations of it, but mine is very extreme. Synesthesia is basically, like, if you break the word down, it basically is like together senses, or senses together. So it's like when you are linking two senses together without trying, it just happens. So some people taste pain. So like taste and touch. Or some people, relate certain things to, like, memories to colors. Like in my instance, or there's a thing called spatial synesthesia, where certain words or space take up different spaces in your mind, right? So the word for me, car, takes up very little room in my mind, like in my third eye or in my mind's eye. Yeah, you hump that bear, that's okay. You're got a lot of energy. Get him. So the word car for me, whenever I see the word car, unless I'm like reading a book, I see it in all lower caps, and I see it in very small room in my mind. The word crunch is in all capitals, and it takes up about a medium space in my mind. I know this is really weird to explain. It's very difficult to explain, but and synesthesia can be in all types of different things. So when I listen to music, I see color. And a lot of people might have that one or whatever, but I associate people and places with, I feel like I have that kind of, because people call me crazy. I smell purple sometimes, but it's so random, never the same. Angelica, look into synesthesia and watch some videos. It's really interesting because I would always do this thing with my friends. Like when we'd get together, I'd be like, okay, you know, what number is Jessica? And everyone's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, no, let's play this game. Like, this is a thing. Like, you guys don't think like this? Like, no, to me, Jessica is a 9. She's like, I'm a 10. No, not like what, like, hotness level you are. Like, what number represents you? Like, what number do you think of when you think of this person? You know, and everyone's like, I don't know what you're saying. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, she's totally a 9. They're like, why is she a 9? I'm like, I don't know. She just is to me. That number that I represent, I put those two things together without even realizing it. And I think Gina says she sees the colors in months. The same way. Most of what I feel my synesthesia is like linked to is color associations, number associations, and spatial. So very rarely will I like feel pain and like taste bacon or something, but that is something that could be synesthesia. And I wanted to talk about this because the senses were pretty big in this and they gave a lot of things, but I thought it was interesting reading this and being like, okay, well, like, another thing is, I'll be like, all right, what animal is my friend Jessica, you know? And everyone's like, okay, well, I can get on board with that one. She looks like, no, not what does she look like, which is still fun in itself, but like, what do you associate her with? What animal do you associate her with? And people seem to have a little bit easier of a time with that. And then I go to color. Okay, Jessica is totally a teal. Everybody on board with me? Everybody on board? Yeah, she wears a lot of teal. No. Not does she wear a lot of teal. What color is she to you? Anyways, I just thought that was interesting to bring up for you guys. And if you don't have synesthesia, or if you don't understand what it is, that's fine. But talking about the senses to me is something that I'm pretty passionate about, because of the fact that, like, no matter what I'm doing, no matter how things are going for me, I feel as though my subconscious mind is always in synesthesia mode. It's always linking things with numbers and organizing things in my mind in a certain way and pattern, to where I feel as though I have a photographic memory. I was a theater major, and I could always memorize my lines so easily, because visually I was associating with certain things, and I could memorize it. Anyways, color coding things to me makes a lot of sense, because things already have a designated color to me. So what do you guys think? Anybody feeling me? Anybody? I've kind of got going all over the place here, but like I said, synesthesia is very interesting to me. And I think even talking about it or looking into it, I just looked at the time, and it was 1:11:11. So we were live streaming for 1 hour and 11 minutes and 11 seconds as soon as I looked to it. So cool. Hey, Spirit, what's up? What's up, Queen? That makes sense to me. Cool. So, yeah, I'm bringing it up because I think it's a fun topic. It goes along. Wow, you're really into that, huh? Good for you. Get yours. So I just thought it was, like I said, interesting to bring up. I have wanted for the longest time, and I haven't, because I'm just like, no one's gonna care about this. I've wanted to make a video where I listen to a song, probably one that's like, I wouldn't be having the song playing in the actual video, right? So I'd probably have like headphones on, and I'd probably like have the name of the song down below. But I want to make a video where I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the song, and I'm closing my eyes, and I'm literally just describing to you guys like the colors that I'm seeing, or the images that I see, particularly color, because when I listen to music, it is overwhelming the amounts where I'm like, I'm seeing orange, now it's yellow, oh, we're in pink now, but I don't know who would care about that. Okay, cool, Angelica, you said that would be cool. All I needed was one person to be like, that's it. Okay, cool, I'm gonna do it. Because I had this idea, and I'm like, I know music invokes a lot of different things in people, but how cool would it be to have a video, right? First of all, I will tell you the song, so I could be like, and we're pressing play now, right? So you guys could listen to the song if you wanted, while I am at space between the notes is making a color and sound wave oracle deck, I think. Oh, I'm in on it. You guys, I'm in. You know, I love my Sacred Creators Oracle because of the colors, and that's huge for me. But yeah, wouldn't it be cool? Like, I want that. I want to watch a video. There's times where I will hear a song and have a vision of waterfalls or myself running through the woods. Heather, yes. Oh, witchy sister over here. I love that. Yeah, so maybe I'll do that. Keep a lookout. I don't know. I'm still a little, like, nervous to be like, all right, here's my video. I'm sitting here with no sound. I'm blindfolded, and I'm just telling you what colors I see. But it'll be kind of an interactive video, right? So you guys could play the song if you want. So you're listening to the song while I'm listening to it. And I'm going to tell you, like, I'm seeing this. I'm feeling this. Here's the colors I'm seeing, you know, and then you guys can kind of get how that is and maybe do it for yourself, right? So maybe you guys could do VRs to it and be like, now here's my interpretation of the song, and to see how people perceive certain things differently or maybe on the same level. Oh my gosh, this is charging me up, you guys. This is the thing, right? No? I'm so bummed I missed an hour and I thought I was on time today. I'm sorry, Angelica. Ooh, there's always the playback, but again, I always know it's not as fun when that sounds fun. Cool, Heather. Yeah, even if no one does a VR to it, maybe someone will want to watch me blindfolded talk about colors. Okay, so we had, let me just see if there's anything over, because we got about 15 minutes and I'm going to stop. I also have to use the restroom now. So they talk a lot about, okay, I think the last thing, so we're in chapter 4, Manifest the Power of the Seasons. They talk a lot about the seasons in chapter 4. Actually, I think that's all that chapter 4 is. And then on page 78, the long paragraph at the end of the page, I have this flagged, and it says, if a different date, so they're talking about, like, you know, how spring is supposed to start on this day, or, you know, the Wheel of the Year celebrations or the Sabbats are, like, celebrated typically through this day. But also it's saying that, like, if a different date in these months make more sense to you where you live and corresponds to how seasonal differences manifest in your environment, why not use them? The point of living as a green witch is to be in tune with your surroundings. Adhering to a date simply because it's a standard date does not always make sense when it comes to celebrating and changing the seasons. If spring arrives earlier or later than March 21st in your area, as reflected in the plant and animal kingdoms and in your own soul, then by all means, celebrate the beginning of spring at a different time. Spring doesn't have to come on the same day every year either. Perhaps one year you sense that spring has arrived on April 2nd, for example, and the next year you feel that it has already arrived on March 12th. Trust your instinct. It is responding to the energies flowing through your locale or local. So, you know, that rang really true for me just because Michigan is, yeah. Yes, I cannot connect with spring energy with snow on the ground. I saved my Ostara rituals for when I'm feeling it more. I agree 100%. Right now, it feels like spring, but probably today is the first day it's felt like spring. Honestly, I would consider today the first day of spring, but it's still below freezing here, and we just had an ice storm 2 days ago. So I'm kind of giving it a little bit of room. Michigan has very, very long winters. Yup, woke up 27 degrees and snow showers. Angelica, you're the one that said you're in Chicago, so yeah, you're kind of on the same wavelength as me here. Whenever it's like, it's the first day of spring, I'm like, damn it. No, it's not. This doesn't feel like spring. And I get angry. I get upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, like we've had the longest winters. So I have learned we cannot plant here yet. I am wanting to get some plants in the ground, but not yet. Crystal, I feel you. So hardcore. I want nothing more than to dig up the garden beds and to weed and to start throwing, you know, new soil down and mulch and all this stuff. And I can't. But it's because in my mind, I'm thinking it's supposed to be spring. It's supposed to be technically the time when I'm doing that, but it's not. A few weeks ago, it was 80 degrees here, but today it feels like 40. Oh, I'm sorry, Deborah. And you know, it's like, for me, I'm learning that whenever it's like, it's the first day of spring, I'm like, tune it right out. Unless it feels like it, then great. If it doesn't, I know what you mean, Deborah. Same here. I have to allow myself to release the expectations set by the calendar. Hope to have my own copy of The Green Witch for next time, but Bumble and I, I am just really appreciative that you guys like to join in on this conversation, even though you don't have the book. Either way, I think it's super cool that we do this. But I thought it was an interesting point about, you know, the seasons and taking, like, just because the calendar says that it's supposed to be spring does not mean you have to pull out and do all your rituals or get into the spring mode and put all your winter clothes away, because for me, that would be like the biggest jinx ever. My grandma was just saying how her neighbor put away his like snow machine or whatever, some sort of machine that helps in the winter, and she was like, what are you doing? You just jinxed us. You know we're gonna get an ice storm now. And 2 days later, we had the most insane ice storm. There was ice everywhere on like thick, oh wait, no, yesterday we woke up and everything was covered in a thick sheet of ice. They shut everything down. And my grandma was like, see, what did you do? I agree. I'm feeling the earth calling me, but cannot get out to play. But I feel like there's half and half in me that's like, I'm feeling it calling me because I know it's coming and I want it to come and I know that things are around the corner. And the other half is it feels like it's calling me because I know from the calendar's date that I'm supposed to be out playing weeks ago, and that's just not the case for me here, and I have to allow myself to feel naturally what it is. That date to me is going to be like a maybe, not like this is the first day of spring, or even, you know, the Wheel of the Year dates. To me, that's not going to be accurate for where I live. So anyways, I thought that was the last thing I wanted to bring up about the seasons. I thought it was super interesting. See, I'm still kind of okay because the snow makes me calm and I'm not looking forward to the hot sun. I don't do good in the heat. Fire is not my element. Same, queen. I have a hard time in the summer. I am definitely a winter, fall, spring, mostly winter bird. But because of the fact that the winters here are extremely long, there is some part of me right now during this time that kind of goes, okay, I need to at least, like, it doesn't have to be like super, super hot out. I just need a little bit of sunshine so I can at least like sit and get some vitamin D and touch my plants. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, okay, we have 10 minutes and I am a Sagittarius, so I love the heat, but not humidity. Oh, you are so just like my grandma then. My grandma is not very good in the winter. She's a Sag. She's got fire all over the place. So if you haven't noticed, if you've seen her in any video, almost every single room in her whole home is painted yellow, bright yellow. This is looking like cream because of the lighting. It is yellow. Yeah, she has yellow. I love you. I love my grandma too. Thank you, Crystal, though. That's so sweet. She has blue and yellow everywhere. She's got yellow candles. She's got yellow wall sunflowers, yellow teapot, yellow bright happy, because when the winter comes, she needs energy. And even not, she needs energy. You should see I have lots of grays and greens and like earthy colors in my home because Taurus moon, Virgo ascendant, I have earthy earth grounded. I need like a comfy, cozy home. Same. Nice. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to give you one more piece of homework that I would like you to do. So we're going to have 2 things of homework, right? Mine is yellow, green, and blue. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. I have really just been so fulfilled doing this, and I'm so glad that you guys are in it as well. I am so humbled by the responses that you guys have given me and the encouragement, and again, sending me and tagging me in your Instagram posts or stories, or, you know, sending me little pictures of your homework or videos of you doing it. It makes me so happy. So thank you so much for joining me live, or if you're watching the playback, I appreciate you as well. The second homework, so let's recap the first thing I want you to do. Easy peasy, nothing too crazy, right? I want you to find 2 things within the next week that you interact with differently than what is expected or typical use of, right? So like somebody suggested, or somebody mentioned that they use the crystal amethyst for different things than what it's energetically known for. Calming, soothing, relaxing, stuff like that, right? But they use it, I forgot what you said you used it specifically for. I thought you said pain, but so she uses it for that. So she's going to write something else down because we already talked about that. Or like I said, it could be a essential oil, or it could be like I gave the suggestion about the bicycle. You know, maybe you're like, my bicycle should be for traveling and exercising and getting out and exploring, but really I just use it to go to and from my mailbox because it's really long and I don't want to walk. Whatever that is for you, what is its properties that you know it to be used for, or that you think it is typically known for? Or like we said, snakes, the preconceived ideas about snakes versus what, you know, how you associate and how you use snakes. There's like a fuzzy cashmere sweater. And then the second piece of homework that I'd like to give you guys is a little bit more time consuming, but it can really take as long as you want it to, right? So we're going to be talking again about the elements. Your second bit of homework is to list the elements again, but you're going to want to give each element its own page or two. And so I would like you to either set a timer for yourself or just do it until you feel like you want to stop. And I have done this exercise before for the element of water because I kept seeing water and feeling water, and I just felt like I was very drawn to the element. But I would like you guys to do this for each element. If you would like to add spirit in there, add spirit, so you'll have 5. If you just want to do earth, wind, water, and fire, you'll have 4. So what I want you to do is I want you to kind of calm your mind for a second, you know, kind of clear your energy, take a deep breath, and just automatic write and list every single thing that comes to your mind about that element. Okay, so for example, for water, I listed things like mermaids, shells, tears, holy water, fountains, pools, sprinklers, cups, emotions, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, ice. List what bubbles, you know, whatever comes to your mind. Associate, and if you just want to list all the things that hold water, whatever you want to do, it's more about taking that mindset and thinking about whatever's coming to your mind and listing everything down with that element. And I want you to do that for each and every element. So if you want to do maybe one a day so that, you know, you can really think and stick with one element at a time, that's great. If you want to sit down and do them all at once. This was such a cool exercise that I did with water, and I've been wanting to do the other elements. So this is me making sure that I follow through on that, and I know how cool the exercise was when I did it, so I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. So that is your second bit of homework, and I hope excited for the homework. I'm such a nerd. P.S. I'm the one on Instagram and Twitter that keeps bothering you. You're not bothering me. Angie, you're helping me to use Twitter. If you guys are on Twitter and you want to follow me and like interact with me, I'm trying to learn. I know that sounds like so dorky and old. I think you can just find me at Sammy Menzo. And I think once this posts, it'll be in the description. I'm not sure. But please follow me, and I'm trying to like tweet and like use it as I don't know. Anyways, you're not bothering me at all. I've had so much fun doing this with you guys. I need to go let the puppy out. Thank you again. I look forward to seeing you. Just so you guys know, wait, we're going to be doing, hold on, we did chapters. Let me just make sure how long these chapters are for next week so I can let you guys know. Okay, so that's chapter 5. And how long is, okay, so how long is, we're going to be going over chapters, we're going to be going over chapters 5 and 6 for next time. So we're still going in increments of 2. 5 and 6 is the chapters that we will be going over next time. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you do your homework and what you find and discover throughout your day. Thank you so much again for joining me. I really appreciate and love you all so very much. And I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, magical day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!